I've been maintaining this speed the whole time. Effortless, man. This combination of the battery pack and the new motor, it just feels effortless. How you doing, Duff here? I have recovered from my swamp ride from last week. Actually, to be quite honest with you, the impact of that on me wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I wasn't crippled for the next few days. I was all right. It just felt pretty battering at the time, but I emerged from the other side a-okay. So today we are on the KingSong 18L. And not just a KingSong 18L, it's a KingSong 18L with the upgraded 1554 watt-hour battery, and the recently upgraded 2200 watt motor that I received from eWheels as a low-cost upgrade, only about $150. So I haven't, since doing that work, I only got to take the wheel out for like a mile ride. I didn't really have much time to ride it at all. In addition to the motor upgrade, this also has the 2.0 KingSong firmware as well. So it now is whisper quiet, which is cool. But I've been wanting to take it on a longer ride, so I'm going to get out and head out to Ave Maria. I'm not sure if I'm just going to go to the entrance and back. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, so I don't want to be out too long. It already is mid-afternoon, so we'll see how it goes. No, the app is saying I'm going 24 miles an hour. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know. I don't know if it's that smooth and effortless that I'm going that fast. This doesn't feel like 24 miles an hour to me, but I could be mistaken. And of course, in the GoPro, you can't really tell because this makes everything look faster, but I don't know. Yeah, it still says I'm doing 23. We shall see. I mean, if I'm really going this fast, this wheel is just incredibly smooth. My goodness. It just does not feel that fast. It feels effortless. You might notice I have on long sleeves today. Like I said, it's the afternoon, but it's still rather chilly. I'm not sure what the exact temperature is, but if I were to guess, I'd say maybe right around 70. It was in the low 50s this morning, so yesterday it was like it rained almost all day long. Yesterday was kind of a washout, sort of a bummer. Oh, and I just realized I don't have my wallet on me. Oh well. They might have a hard time identifying the body, but I guess it won't be my problem. Riding in the middle of traffic. I feel like the New York City guys. Woo! Don't call me a zombie, no skilled rider. I got skills, old man skills. So I'm running the EUC World app, not WheelLog. I'm officially an EUC World convert. Works great, like it. Although I haven't quite figured out how the logging works, you know, to play back my trips. But other than that, yeah, great app. Forgot my sunglasses too. But no problem with the Scorpion helmet. I'm ready to go. So I've started working on my taxes for last year. And the 3D store is becoming a more and more significant part of my tax preparation. I ran a couple of reports. I was surprised. Last year, I had a total of 331 orders off that store, which is pretty crazy. In 2018, I had a little over 100. So the amount of orders almost tripled last year. And it's all been pretty much by word of mouth, which I appreciate. People seem to be happy with it. And of course, I'm very grateful to Matthias, whose original stand was the impetus to me even opening the store, which I still sell in there, the 2.1 stand. He got me going. He's moved on to bigger and better things. I don't think other than his power pads, I don't think he's selling a lot of 3D printed stuff on his store. He's really into his electronics lighting kits for the Monster and the M Super. So Matthias has a very bright future in front of him. He's a really good guy, very smart. Yeah, I wish I had what he had when I was his age. And according to the app, I am holding a very steady 25, 26 miles an hour. It's never felt difficult to go at speed on the 18L, but I don't know if it's just a function of the new motor that it's feeling that I'm going faster, easier. I don't know. But yeah, so far it feels great. I'm curious if there'll be any difference in efficiency. I read somewhere that this new motor is supposedly 10% more efficient, in addition to having 10% more rated power output. So I guess we'll see what it says at the end. But when I'm going this fast, if I'm going 25 miles an hour plus the whole way, that obviously is going to affect my range. But this feels like a very comfortable cruising speed for the 18L and its new configuration. Like I mentioned, today is Super Bowl Sunday. You know, with the Eagles not being in the Super Bowl, I don't have real strong inclinations of who I want to win. Usually if it's the Patriots and another team, I'm always pulling for the other team. But in this year's Super Bowl, I am definitively pulling for the Chiefs. And the reason I'm pulling for the Chiefs is because of Andy Reid, who was the Eagles coach for, I don't remember, 12 years, 13 years, quite a while. And, you know, the Eagles had a lot of successful teams with Andy as the coach. There's aspects of his coaching that really frustrated me. I always got aggravated that he never would call out his players when they didn't perform well. He was the type that would take responsibility for everything. You know, it was his fault for not preparing the players better. You know, if a guy missed a tackle, it was Andy's fault because he didn't teach the guy how to tackle, I guess. I don't know, but that aspect of it annoyed me. And of course, as an Eagles fan, I suffered through 3 consecutive conference championship losses, which was extremely aggravating, of course. And then there was the Super Bowl loss against the Patriots. So, I mean, for a long time, Andy has had the moniker of not being able to win the big game. You know, once again, last year the Chiefs lost in the championship game, but this year they won. So I'd be very excited for Andy if he was able to pull off a win this year, get his first Super Bowl championship, and we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be an interesting Super Bowl for sure. I did have a EUC topic I wanted to discuss to kill some time here during the ride. Recently, a couple dealers got their hands on the new MSX Pro that has the higher output motor and the 21700 batteries. And there's been quite a buzz in the community because, at least from initial testing, they were doing a lift testing to see what speed the wheel would start to beep and what speed it would cut out totally. And there is a pretty significant difference between the MSX Pro and the current generation MSX 100 volt. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but if I'm relying on my memory, I think the Pro started to beep around 36, 37 miles an hour and then cut out in the low 40s, I think, something like that. But the MSX, the current generation MSX, only starts to beep in the low 40s, around 41 or so. And I think the cutout was closer to 50 miles an hour. So yeah, people were like, hey, what the hell, what's going on? Yeah, this is a new generation wheel. Performance should be getting better, not worse. And there's a lot of grumbling about that. Well, I'm no electrical engineer. I don't pretend to be. I don't have, you know, a endless amount of EUC knowledge. But I was talking to Ulf about this, the KingSong rep that lives in Germany. I talk to Ulf now and then. And we were discussing, you know, when Gotway announced that they were using these 21700 batteries, everybody was going apeshit about it. They were crazy. They're like, yeah, that's awesome, man. 21700 batteries, they're bigger, they're better. I can't wait till all the Gotway wheels have them. But it seems to me, on my non-expert opinion, that actually the 21700 batteries that Gotway chose to use in these wheels, that might be a contributing factor to the lower performance numbers. And I'll tell you why. So the 18650 batteries that have been used in EUCs for a while, they are kind of the standard. I believe at least the ones that KingSong uses, each cell posts a max discharge or a max max discharge rate of somewhere around 10 amps. A little bit more than 10 amps, which is cool. The 18650s are also physically smaller than a 21700 battery. So you get more cells in a pack with an 18650. So a 10 amp discharge rate, more cells. The 21700 batteries that Gotway is using, and again, I'm not saying this is the gospel, this is what I was told, and this is what I read on a couple articles. The 21700 batteries have a max discharge rate of somewhere around 7 amps, 30% less. And because the battery cells are physically bigger, you have less in a pack. I believe that what I heard was the battery pack in like the MSX, the new one, the Pro, is a 4S pack. So the Cliff Notes version of this is that configuration, the 21700 batteries, can output less amps than 18650 equivalents. So that's strange. And I am assuming that is the reason that we're seeing lower performance numbers. It's an odd choice by Gotway. Now, according to Ulf, there are 21700 batteries, more expensive ones, significantly more expensive ones, that do offer higher max output discharge rates. But the ones that Gotway is using are less expensive and have a lower discharge rate. So, in a nutshell, that is my opinion of why you're seeing lower performance numbers on the MSX Pro. The choice to go with that battery pack. And just to give some context, you know, to me, I mean when statements come out like, oh, the MSX Pro only goes 37 miles an hour before it starts to beep, like that's shitty. It is kind of ironic to me and kind of funny. But you know, that small segment of the community that's all about going as fast as they can on one wheel, non-redundant one wheel balancing device. That was a big negative to them. The videos and pictures I've seen of the actual MSX Pro, I like the way it looks. It looks cool. You know, with the carbon fiber look, the dual headlight. I still wish they would do something with the rainbow lighting that they have on it. You know, I'm not a real big fan of the lighting treatment that they've given the MSX for the last few years, but it looks like a good wheel otherwise. And you know, personally, I would be able to deal with a wheel that only went 36, 37 miles an hour before it started to beep, but I understand that I am a zombie, no-skill rider. I've been maintaining this speed the whole time. Effortless, man. This combination of the battery pack and the new motor, it just feels effortless. Crazy. Lots of junk in the bike lane here. I'm gonna move over a little bit. I mean, like every 2 seconds I'm hearing myself run over something. Almost to the entrance of Ave Maria. I'm just gonna go to the entrance and turn around there. I'm not gonna go into town. Like I said, it's later in the afternoon, got stuff to do, so I'm definitely going to get a lot of miles in here. I can tell you already, I mean, this combination just feels sweet. Wheel feels so good. Have to see if I can work my way in on Marty's selfie game. Okay, let's check. Let's see what wheel log says here. Let's see what it says while you look at the sky. Whew. Top speed 29.5 miles an hour. And I told you this thing feels like it's going fast. It says the wheel's only 106 degrees. 78% battery. Wow. Average riding speed 23.6 miles an hour. I'm trying to see how far I've gone so far. Oh, okay, 13 miles. So 78% battery after 13 miles. Not bad. We shall continue on. Ave Maria does have this nice path here next to the road. I never really bother riding it because, you know, you have all that bike lane and they actually have an unused lane there of traffic, so I usually just stay in there, but there's no one on here right now, so I might as well take advantage of it. It's never a bad thing to have an additional barrier to traffic. Kind of curious how much longer this goes. Seems like a while yet. Hey, have you guys been looking at some of the new action cams that have been coming out? You know, GoPro has this Hero 8. I have a 7. And the 8 seems cool, except there's one thing that really kind of annoys me, and it evidently annoys a bunch of other people, that they did away with the ability to simply unscrew and replace the camera protective cover if it gets damaged from an impact. You know, because like when I had my wreck on my backfire, my X1, that's exactly what happened. The lens cover got all cracked from the impact. And you could buy a new lens cover for 15 bucks, turn the old one off, put the old one, a new one back on, and you're good to go. With the 8, you cannot do that. If you crack your lens, you're shit out of luck. You basically have to replace the camera. So I think that's kind of shitty. And it seems like GoPro's answer to that is, well, you just buy this new, extended warranty package we have. I can't remember what they call it. And, you know, you'll get a new camera for free, as long as you pay for the insurance. So that kind of sucks. Insta360 has one too, which is kind of interesting. It's like a modular camera where you can have one that has like a 1-inch sensor on it. It can do 360, or it can be used as a conventional action camera. That's kind of interesting. It's a similar price range. And GoPro also has something called the GoPro Max, which is its version of its new version of a 360 camera, which seemed kind of cool. But then I lost interest when I saw that it had absolutely no options for an external mic. That kind of sucks. The Insta360 camera does have an external mic now. Unlike the old Insta360s, this sports camera does have a option for an external mic. So that's a cool thing. I don't know that I need a new camera yet, but who knows? GoPro does have a deal that if you turn in any old digital camera, working or non-working, they'll knock $100 off. So that's not a bad deal. That path over there is still going. For subconsciously, without even really thinking about it, I swung up back out onto the road. I didn't really mean to, but I find myself out here somehow. So yeah, that path goes quite a while. Definitely this direction we are dealing with more headwind, significantly more. Still keeping my speed according to EUC World, 23 miles an hour. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of battery I'm showing at the end here, maintaining this kind of speed over this kind of distance. All right, just for a little mix-up, I'll cut through the school area here. Get off the long, boring straightaways. Right here's the track. I actually was here on Friday night. It's kind of ridiculous. It was raining consistently when before I left the house. It was already raining. And Cindy's like, why are you gonna go run in this? I'm like, well, because I made up my mind that I wanted to go run. So yeah, I ran the 12 laps primarily in rain. I was soaked, but I got it done, so that's all that matters. And we got vehicles blocking the sidewalk. I love it. I don't know how many zombie riders do this, man. Bam! Look at that skill. Bam! Whew. That was extreme, man. So I don't want to jinx myself, but I have yet to get a single tilt back, speed limit, whatever. And even on the ride back, I was, or on the straightaway back there, I was still doing 22 to 25 miles an hour, and I have not noticed any speed limiting. Like I said, I probably just jinxed myself, but yeah, I'm only a couple miles away from home. Gates can't stop me. Stop signs can't stop me. Oh. Okay, we're back. Take the helmet off. Whew. Those of you that are fans of my head shaving series, you might find this interesting. This is what my head looks like when you cut it with no guard on whatsoever. Usually when I shave my head, I use the 1/8 inch guard. I had Cindy do it for me yesterday, and she did the first swipe without the guard on, without thinking. So once that happens, you got to do the rest of your head that way. So this is what my head looks like with no guard, high and tight. I always got that request during my head shaving videos to do it this way. So better late than never, right? All right, so let's see what wheel log is saying. 108 degrees. Wheel ran super cool. Battery level 40%. 40% battery after a 26-mile ride. Not bad. Like I said, the majority of that coming back was into a headwind. Overall average speed 20 miles. I'm sorry, average riding speed 22.5 miles an hour. So I ran that entire 26 miles and did not get speed limited whatsoever. And I'm at 40% battery. So that should make some people happy. But some people are never happy, right? Does anyone know how to officially, how do you officially end your ride in EUC world? You know, like how do you end it so it records that trip? Does it just do it when you turn your wheel off? I don't know. I'm not sure. Somebody knows. Somebody will know. Somebody will tell me. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up. It was a fun little ride. Beautiful weather. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. An incredibly large percentage of views of my channel are from non-subscribers, which I still don't understand. So think about subscribing. If you're going to subscribe, you might also hit the notify bell, which is over there, last time I checked. And feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. I can tell you the 2200 watt motor combined with the 2.0 firmware, combined with the 1554 watt hour battery, that is a winning combination, man. That ride was effortless. So smooth, so quiet. Just, yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it. Very, very happy with it. So that's all I have for you for now. Until next time, Duffman out. Why are you barking at me?
The lady was just here. She barked at her.
Yeah, there's a box there. What?
My hands were all gooey. I couldn't get it because...
Why are your hands gooey?
Because I'm making stuff right now. I just... No.